So yesterday, after hanging out with that girl, I messaged her on the app Platonic, and I told her, hey, I had a great time. Before we hung out, she had given me her phone number, but I was going to wait till we hung out to give her my number. So since she had already given me her number, I said, I had a great time. You can text me at this number, and we can talk about seeing that movie on Tuesday. And I thought she had a good time. She seemed like she was having a good time. She enjoyed the restaurant. She enjoyed the food. She was talking. She was engaged. She didn't seem bored. She didn't seem like concerned about anything. She liked Lush. She was the one that recommended the movie. And then at the end of the night, when we walked out to our cars, she initiated a hug. So to me, that made me feel like she was, happy with the interaction and interested in being friends and hanging out again. But then I didn't hear back from her, and she has typically responded faster. So today, during my lunch at work, I went to the app to check it to see if she had read the message, and the chat was gone. The chat was completely gone. All of my other chats were there, and there's this part where you can see who has viewed you, and her profile is missing from that too. So I think she blocked me. She didn't say anything. She just blocked me. And now I'm really confused. That is some really mixed signals, and I'm a really nice and understanding person. If you don't want to be friends, you can just say you don't want to be friends. And yeah, rejection hurts, and my feelings would probably be hurt, but I wouldn't be confused like I am right now, because now my feelings are hurt and I'm feeling insecure, like, what did I do wrong? I know I'm socially awkward, I know I'm weird, but was I so weird and socially awkward that someone would be like, ooh, big red flags, don't want to talk to her ever again, not even enough to say why? I don't think so. So I am very, very confused. And I was quite upset during lunch whenever I realized that. I don't really get it. I don't understand when someone wants to have an interaction with someone and then never talk to that person again, but kind of make it seem like they want to, and to even do something as intimate as hugging someone. I mean, hugging is not something that you just typically do to a total stranger. So, or for me anyway, I mean, I have hugged strangers, but typically I don't if I'm not feeling comfortable with someone, I'm not going to initiate a hug with them. And so to do all that and then just never want to talk to them again or see them again with no explanation. I mean, I feel like this is a platonic hookup. She was just I'm gonna go out and hang out because I want to hang out with someone, and then I don't need them anymore. I'm just going to not talk to her anymore. We'll go our separate ways. And I don't do hookups for the same reason why I am not too pleased with how this went, because I can't get invested in someone in any sort of way and then just be this is it, I only needed you for one night and then we're all done. that doesn't work for me. Maybe it works for other people. If it does, that's fine. That's just not me. I know I get attached to people, and I would have been okay with her saying, I just wasn't feeling it. That would have been fine. That would have hurt my feelings. But the fact that she didn't even feel comfortable enough to say anything. She was just like, I'm gonna hug you and then block you. I don't understand that. And it is upsetting. It's frustrating. All of my friends tend to be guys. They've been like that since I was in middle school. And I have tried so hard to make female friends. And I had another female friend, like potential friend, last year. So less than a year ago, but it was like December. Maybe it was like January of this year. But I think it was like December of last year. Who I met through a different social app called Whisper. And she was talking about how she really wanted to meet friends and have female friends and all of this. And we talked a whole lot before we met. And then we met in person. And I kind of left that feeling like, I had a good time, but I think she was bored. And I don't think that what I was talking about was boring. She seemed very, very engaged when she was talking about herself, but then she would ask me questions, and then as I answered them, she would look around and look at her phone and kind of yawn and act like totally bored. Like, why are you asking me these questions if you don't want to hear the answers? And then after we hung out, I said, I had a good time. Would you like to do this again? And she... No, I don't even know if I said, would you like to do this again? I said, just, let me know if you want to hang out again. And she said, okay. And then I never heard from her again. So that didn't surprise me because she seemed bored. I don't know what she was looking for, but why don't girls want to be my friend? I think part of why I get along so well with guys is because of my sense of humor, and it just tends to align with the humor of guys a lot of times. But I can be rather girly, and I don't know why girls don't want to be my friend, and why they don't want to tell me why they don't want to be my friend. And I'm feeling like what's wrong with me? What am I doing? What am I saying? What is it about me that people just don't want to get close to? And my friends and family and coworkers, all those people would tell me, oh, there's nothing wrong with you, Carrie. You are a fun person. You're funny. You're smart. But I guess it's hard to believe that whenever I feel like it's so hard to make close friends. I don't really have a lot of close friends. I have, like I mentioned in my other video, I have my best friend Mang. I have some friends that, I would like to be closer to them, but the nature of our friendship doesn't seem to be as close. We hang out sometimes, but we don't talk a whole lot, and our interactions don't usually typically get very deep. It's just maybe we go out to eat dinner, or we go to a fair or something. I'm definitely open to those being closer, but I think maybe some of those people, maybe we just don't have enough in common for it to be closer. But then again, Mang and I don't have a whole lot in common. We're not super... I don't know, similar. We're not into all the same things. We're into having fun. We're into adventures. And so we bonded on that. But we didn't bond on, having the same favorite food, or having the same favorite music, or having the same favorite kind of movie, or any of that stuff. So I don't think you have to have a lot in common to get super close to a friend. And I'm very thankful for Mang. I am so appreciative of him, and maybe I'll go into another story another time about how I met him and how I almost did not befriend him, and I'm very glad that I did. I'm probably gonna have to pause in a minute because the person next to me is about to turn on their car. I will be right back. Okay, so sorry about that. Yeah, I love Mang very much. I'm very appreciative of him. As I mentioned before, he doesn't have a lot of time to do things with me anymore, and that's not his fault. I know that he would rather be able to go on all the adventures that we used to go on, but he's very busy. He's in school and he's working. But I really want to have close relationships with people in general, and I feel like my life is missing that element to a very large degree. I am in Minnesota alone. I don't have family here, and I don't really talk to my family very much. I would love to have a close relationship with my family, but it just doesn't seem possible with my family, just because my family in general isn't close with any of them. And maybe I'll go into that some other time. That could be a really long video. And then not having really close friends. And then I do have a couple best friends in Oklahoma, where I'm from. And they are girls, actually. But it's a little different with them. Maybe the difference with them is like they're on the queer spectrum, and so am I. Maybe that helps. And one of them tends to be like really girly and into like little kid things, and the other one is kind of like, I don't know how I would say, like androgynous or gender neutral. I'm not sure exactly how that one would prefer, but I mean, I think she kind of identifies as both, and as far as I know, she's fine with female pronouns. We do talk a lot, but I feel like, you know, they sometimes have a lot of things going on in their lives too, and I haven't been able to be a very good friend to them. And I mean, it's all through Facebook Messenger. And with everything going on in my life, and I know I haven't really gotten into that, I don't really feel like I can be as supportive to them as needed. And so I do understand if they can't be as supportive of me as needed when they have stuff going on in their lives. But I also kind of feel like I don't want to just only talk about like how awful things are, and I feel like I've had a lack of non-awful things to share in the last year and a half, and I want to share happy things, and so I try to share happy things, but then that leaves me with, whenever I don't have happy stuff going on, whenever I'm like severely depressed, that leaves me with just sharing impersonal things, like sharing a meme or not sharing at all. I a year and a half ago pretty much isolated myself from everyone, not intentionally. It was just that being so hurt and upset, I didn't want to go on Facebook with all my friends and family and post everything about it. Like, my friends and family had no idea what was going on for months. A lot of them probably still have no idea what was going on. I'm pretty sure most of them still think that the situation I was in 2 years ago is the situation I'm in now. But I'm not. And that's not their fault. That is my fault, because I didn't share it. And I didn't share it because, one, I didn't want to be overwhelmed with questions and attention when I was just so hurt and trying to work things out, and I didn't want to have to like explain everything and talk about it and just constantly be upset. And then the other reason is, like I kind of touched on, I didn't want to be a burden, and I didn't want to upset everyone. I didn't want to bring everyone down, and I wanted to be a positive thing in people's lives and share funny things and happy things and happy statuses and happy pictures. And I wasn't feeling any of that. I mean, like, if I were to just share what I felt like every day, it would just be like, oh my God, I just wish I could die every single day. And you know, there is such a huge stigma about people sharing feelings that deep on social media. People will tend to look at it and roll their eyes and scoff at how that person's just seeking attention. And, you know, if that's what they have to do to reach out to get the attention that they need, I think that even if really they don't feel that way and all they really are doing is seeking attention, that is an issue and they still would need help. So, I mean, like, if that's what they feel like they have to do in order to get out, I don't think it should be scoffed. I think that people should kind of take it more seriously instead of just going like, oh, she's just such a drama queen. And I feel like because in the past I have shared my feelings a little bit more openly, and then people kind of scoffed at it and said things like, oh, you're just looking for attention. And now I'm afraid to share things. And I pretty much didn't share anything or post anything about my life or really anything at all for over a year, almost for like a year and a half, close to a year and a half on Facebook until about 3.5 or 4 months ago. And I posted something and all I said was, I had an amazing weekend. And the very first comment I got was from someone I love very much, and I know he was joking, but it was the wrong comment for me to receive. He said, oh my God, Carrie, no one cares. Considering I have this huge insecurity that no one cares about me and no one loves me, that was not the right kind of thing to say to me. And that really hurt me and really upset me. And then I felt like, oh my God, I can't even share a positive thing. That was the first thing I posted about my life in over a year. And I got a negative comment for it. Even if he was joking, that was not the kind of thing to joke about, even though he knows about that insecurity of mine. He knows that I feel like no one cares about me and no one loves me. So I wish that he would understand why that was totally insensitive and inappropriate, because it really did hurt me. And then now I feel like I just can't share stuff. I don't know how this got into a video about that. I was talking about making friends, but I guess it kind of counts as talking about making friends because I would like to have friends who I can actually talk to about what's going on in my life without feeling like I'm annoying them or a big burden, and without feeling like they don't care. And like, I don't know, I want someone I can open up to and feel safe in opening up to them, because right now I am feeling completely isolated. I feel like my best friends in Oklahoma, in that chat, I feel like they don't know how to respond whenever I do open up to them, and I feel like maybe they don't like it, because if I say I'm in a lot of pain, somehow it's coming off like I'm saying my pain is more than anyone else's pain, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying my pain is more than what I feel like I can handle. I really want to stop crying. I'm gonna take a break for a minute and then wrap up the video. Okay, that's a little better. Sorry about that. So I don't even remember where I was going now. I would really like to have close relationships, I think is where I was going. I want to have a family. I mean, I don't mean like having kids. I mean like any kind of family. I want to have a close bond with someone who I'm secure enough that it's not going to go away. And I want to feel like I can like actually tell them about my life and open up to them and know that they love me and that they know that I love them. And I think the lack of close relationships in my life is really adding to this isolated feeling, and that is really, really amplifying depression, because I find that whenever I do have a close relationship, my depression isn't so bad, but sometimes it can still be pretty bad. I'm doing a lot of work on myself right now to try to learn how to be happy with myself, just by myself, and not rely on someone else for happiness. I know that that is what is healthy, and that's what I need. But being the loving, affectionate, social person I am, I really do want close connections with people. And I want love, I want affection. And it's just really hard to be happy with my life whenever love is such a major component of who I am, and I am feeling a lack of it. I'm pretty sure there are people who love me. I mean, I think they probably do. But especially when my depression is really bad, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling like they love me. My depression is telling me no one loves you and you're not good enough. You're too weird. And no one's going to love you because that's just who you are. And there's just really no fixing it, because your personality is just never going to change. And of course that makes my depression worse. And I'm trying to work on self-love, and being confident and loving myself. And the thing is, I love everyone. I love everyone in the world. It doesn't matter if I know them. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter their species, any sentient being. I love you. But I don't love myself. I literally love insects in another country more than I love myself. And that is really hard. But and I like parts of myself, but there are a lot of parts of myself that I don't like, and I want to like myself. I want to love myself, But it's hard, especially with all of the negative things that I say to myself. I mean, it's really hard to like someone who is always saying mean things to you, who's always saying, Carrie, no one loves you, no one's gonna love you, you're not good enough. Like, it is really hard to like a person that's saying those to you, and I can't escape that person because that person lives here. So hopefully I can get that person to change her mind so that I can start feeling better. Wow, this is a really long video. I really honestly thought this one was going to be like 5 minutes. I'm so sorry. I don't really know how to close this video, but hopefully I can find some close friendships sometime soon with people who have time to hang out with me and time to talk to me, who I feel like I can open up to, and who are reliable, because most of the people I've tried to befriend since I moved here are super duper flaky, and they will make plans and cancel them and cancel them and cancel them. I have lots of friends who I tried to make plans with like 10 times and they maybe showed up once. I want someone who's reliable and who I can be close to, and I want a friend, and I want close relationships, and I'm hoping that as I'm actually making efforts to find friendships, because that is a hard thing for me. I'm hoping I will keep finding good friends like Mang, and maybe I can also become my own friend. That would be really nice. Anyway, it's almost 30 minutes long, so I should wrap it up. Thank you, you guys.